G'day legends, I hope you're all awesome. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look and having a listen to this Harley Benton SC Junior and basically meditating on the joys of a guitar with a single pickup, specifically a single P90, a volume and a tone control. And I really want to showcase the range of tones that you can get out of this setup and why I think stripping down on a guitar like this can actually be pretty inspiring. But first, I just want to get totally animal style on this thing. When I see a single cut junior style guitar in this finish, I think of this kind of vibe. I don't know what it is, but anytime I pick up a guitar like this with a single pickup, I want to play with my fingers, I want to lean into all the super stanky sort of bends and vibrato, and I want to bring out as much character from that simple setup as possible. And if I'm playing a guitar with multiple pickups and a whole bunch of different options on it, I find I'm going to use the switches on the guitar more than I use the volume and tone controls. And I might just tend to kind of play the same and let the different pickup positions dictate what I'm going to do. Whereas on this, it just puts you in a different frame of mind. And you probably saw that with some of the playing there. I got the slide out. I am in no way a decent slide player at all, but it sounded pretty good. What I want to talk about very quickly are some things that I like and maybe some things that I don't like. Keep in mind, this is a guitar that retails for like €199, which is pretty ridiculous seeing that the finish is super consistent, that you've got a set neck with this really nice and comfortable little kind of carved cutaway under there. The heel is contoured, so you can actually get up to the 20th fret really, really easily. We've got this adjustable wraparound bridge, which is pretty good. I do need to tweak the intonation a little bit on it, and obviously a single dog ear style P90. Now, one thing that I wasn't super into was the stock setup on this pickup. It was quite low relative to the bridge and the strings. So what I did was I simply screwed out these two screws, and you can probably see on here, I slipped a couple of little washers that I've got for my rack mount gear. I had a whole bunch laying around. So these are just kind of simple hard plastic washers. I put two of them under the pickup, and they pretty much got it to the perfect height that I like on there. I find with a single coil pickup, the pickup height is going to be very important. I haven't played around with the pole pieces just yet, but that did take it from, yeah, this sounds okay, but it's a little bit ringy, to kind of fat and screamy and exactly what I would expect from a P90 pickup in here. You will hear it in some of the examples that the tone pot is a little bit scratchy. That's a pretty easy fix. I can just spray some contact cleaner in there. This sounds like a weird complaint, but on the back of the guitar, the little cavity cover for the volume and tone control, really, really tight. I mean, it's probably a good thing. I'm quite impressed with how well and how precise they were able to cut it to get it to sit in there. But it means you need a really, really thin little tool to actually pry it out if you wanted to get in there and spray some contact cleaner. The actual wiring is pretty clean in there, which I'm impressed with. The fretwork is good. The action is a little bit higher than I would like, but on this guitar, it did let me play slide. Again, I'm just trying to lean into the things that pop out at me and the overall character with it. The machine head's totally fine on there. These plastic buttons, you know, on like a real Junior or on something like this, I would be tempted to change them to like a Kluson style thing, but it is part of the aesthetic. The nut's pretty clean. On the D string, there is a little bit of something flicking away on it, which I can probably just fix with a couple of swipes of sandpaper. But yeah, one little thing on there. Again, €199 guitar, you can fix that yourself. The shoulders on the nut are pretty sharp as well. I personally kind of prefer a smoother style look on there, like on some of my Gibsons, but again, they're like 10 times the price on there. So what I'll do now is just play you some examples, and I'll let you hear what you can get out of a single pickup on here just by working the volume and the tone control. And with something like this, I always kind of think, can I get an AC/DC style rhythm tone out of it? Can I get a nice, snappy, yet warm, clean sound out of it? And I kind of like P90s when you play with a whole lot of gain, and I'll give you some kind of recto style tones and some smooth mark style tones in there, and I'll work the tone control to basically go from, you know, a typical bridge pickup sound to a typical neck pickup sound. Let's hear it. when I did a video with the Harley Benton Dullahan, which you would have seen in the background of some of these videos. At this price point, these guitars are nearly impossible to fault. If I was a beginner and this was my first guitar and I was super into rock and roll or punk or blues, it's pretty much the perfect starting point. If you're somebody like me who has a lot of guitars, but you don't have a guitar with a single P90 in it, it might be something you want to explore because, like I said earlier, it kind of puts you in a different frame of mind and you're going to find yourself playing really, really dynamically and maybe playing with your fingers and maybe just exploring different tones. You know, I always think of Leslie West or Pat Travis or Jared James Nichols when you think about these single P90 guitars. And the range of tones on there, often you'll find because you're having to work harder to get those tones, you actually end up with a slightly wider range of tones than if you just go on volume and tone all the way up, neck pickup, bridge pickup, neck pickup, bridge pickup. It's a kind of an interesting thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do guitars like this make you play a different way? Because I think they make me play a different way. Again, thank you to Harley Benton for sending this one out to me to make some noise with. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you do want to grab one of these guitars, I will put an affiliate link in the video description. If you follow that link and buy this or buy anything else, I do receive a small kickback and it all goes into doing what I do here on the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.